What is up guys, my name is the Eagle Swords and today I'm bringing you some AUG gameplay, the AUG, the LAUG. This is obviously the first assault rifle you unlock in the new close quarters expansion pack. It's just launched I believe for premium members on the alternative platforms, let's say, PC and Xbox 360. It's just launched over there. Just for premium members. I think for standard members on PS3 as well, and I think standard members, non-premium members if you will, get the expansion pack I think a week from now. I'm not too sure on the entire details, but I'm pretty sure that all this kind of DLC for premium members on alternative platforms and the non-premium members on PS3, I think that all happened this week. So I hope you're enjoying that. This is the first assault rifle you unlock in that pack, as I mentioned already. Now, my first impressions, not really my first impressions at all. I've got about 160 kills with this gun. I've used it quite a bit, and I think I'm using here the red dot foregrip and heavy barrel. I think it's better with the flash suppressor. To be fair, I think it would be better than with the flash suppressor because it is a fairly accurate gun, but it is let down a lot by its recoil. Now, please excuse my slightly nasally sounding voice at the moment. It is because I am suffering from the devil that is hay fever, and I really hope you can forgive my my voice, but I really do have a blocked nose and so on, so it kind of might sound a bit weird, a bit wacky. So I hope that doesn't affect you too much. Well, let's get into some of the statistics of this gun, and then I can give you my review on it, what I think of it as a whole. Now, the AUG is a pretty typical assault rifle. It doesn't have the special damage model that the G3 has. It shares the same damage model as all other guns. The damage model, not all other guns necessarily, but all other assault rifles and all of the sort of lighter class of light machine guns, it shares the damage model with that. If you don't know what that damage model is, basically it is a 25 maximum damage up to about 8 meters or so, and then from there the bullet damage falls linearly down to about 18.4 damage at 50 meters or so. That's what the damage model is. Now that applies to all the light machine guns, as I call them. That's things like the M27, the RPK, I believe, and of course the L86, which I reviewed in the last video. I'm now going to try and go in more of an order because I was trying to take advantage of the rarer guns. Well, not really with the L86, I just for some reason posed the L86, but certainly with the MP5K. Now I think I'll just go in order, so I'll start now with the AUG, move on to the ACWR, then go to the M417, SPAS, and do it like that in that kind of order, so down one column and down the other in terms of the first and second tier close quarters weapons. I think that's what I will do from now on. Now, the biggest problem with this gun, in my view, is its recoil pattern. Now, the recoil pattern itself basically is the leading cause of the slightly abysmal accuracy plot of this gun. I mean, it is a pretty bad accuracy. It really is. Now, the gun has a 0.3, 0.2 and 0.4 recoil to the left, upwards and to the right respectively, so that's 0.3, 0.2, 0.4. That is a high recoil pattern, and it's not regular by any means. It recoils slightly to the right and upwards, but not very upwards. And you do notice, as you can see here, the recoil that you get to the right. It really harms the accuracy at longer ranges. I found this gun to be absolutely ineffective at long range. I'd shoot dead on a target with my red dot, and it would go completely in the wrong direction. Now, if you think there's a scope out there which will help me a lot more, then please do let me know. But that is what I'm getting. It really does affect the accuracy a lot. If you compare that with like the M16, for example, it does a 1.5 damage to the left, 0.2 damage upwards, and a 1.5 damage to the right, I believe. I'll just check my facts very quickly on that one, but basically it recoils a lot less it is obviously a lot more accurate at longer ranges, but we already knew that, really. Sorry, 0.1 damage to the left, 0.25 damage upwards, and 0.3 damage to the right. Sorry, my internet page, my source with that information just crashed on me for some strange reason. But that is the recoil on the model on that. I mean, I know the statistics don't really say it, but the recoil there really does make a difference as to the accuracy on longer ranges, because the high accuracy, the high recoil figures in all directions on the AUG means it does jump about a bit, which ruins the accuracy. There are several occasions in this gameplay. I find this gun incredibly difficult to use, by the way. There are several occasions on this gameplay where I'll shoot at someone from a building, from that dual layered building on top of A, on the top floor. I shoot from there over to that building where I was just killed and where my squad mate is now going into, and none of the shots would hit, none whatsoever. The recoil just ruins the accuracy in that respect. It really is something you notice about this gun. I mean, that is the main problem. I mean, it's really powerful. It doesn't have the fastest kill time, but it feels a lot more powerful than it is for some strange reason. And it is a strong gun, don't get me wrong, especially at the close to medium ranges, which is where you see me get most of my kills. But once you get to longer ranges, its versatility, its lack of versatility is really a letdown, and you really can't use it at long ranges, which is a shame, because the gun is quite strong at all other ranges. That's my review on it anyway. All the other statistics on this gun are pretty standard. That is what I've got, and that is what I'm going to stay at. I mean, there are some people I know who would say this gun is beast. I don't think it's beast. I don't think it's an amazing gun. I think it's a pretty decent gun, but that is my opinion on it. That's it, really. Now, moving on from the AUG swiftly, I want to talk very briefly about another topic that has been on my mind recently, I suppose you could say. That's Medal of Honor Warfighter. Now, E3 2012, a lot of focus for me was obviously Armored Kill and DICE's announcements on all the future DLC plans, which basically happened at E3, confirming everything that we more or less already knew. Now there are a couple of screenshots at the end of a map that I showed of a map in the new Medal of Honor Warfighter multiplayer. I've got a screenshot of someone using the AA-12 at the end, and then I actually compared it to Crisis 2. Now, Medal of Honor Warfighter shows a lot of Crisis 2 in it. It shows the gameplay, it shows the sort of graphical, environmental touches and the weapons and so on of Battlefield 3, but it does have elements of Crisis 2, and this is the most obvious. You can see the lighthouse in the background on this map. You can see a lighthouse. Well, it's not necessarily a lighthouse, but it's a tall building. It really reminded me of this Crisis 2 map. That's why I put the two screenshots at the end, because it really did remind me that the connection between these two games is a bit strange. It's a bit of a coincidence, but the kind of continuity between this game and Battlefield is even more noticeable. I mean, it is really noticeable. Just like Battlefield with its assault engineer support recon system, Medal of Honor is going to be class-based. Not like Battlefield by any means. It's going to have its own class system, but it's class-based nevertheless. It's going to have 6 classes: Point Man, Assault, Demolition, Heavy Gunner, Sniper, Spec Ops. Most of them, I believe, are pretty much what you'd expect from the names. The armor, the level of armor, and therefore mobility and protection against bullet damage. I think that varies with the 6 classes, and then obviously the guns that they carry might well vary as well, just like Battlefield. Either way, it looks pretty nice. Obviously the new Medal of Honor Warfighter, I think the full title is, I don't know, the Global Warfighter or something, is mentioned in the stat sheet I'm using for this commentary. Basically, the reason why I think I've noted this down is because it is, yes, actually, it is. Basically, I wanted to make a reference to the fact that Medal of Honor Warfighter is about, it uses characters from the individual special forces teams around the world. SAS and so on are included. But that's not that important. It's got a large variety of weapons and customization. You can look that up in more detail if you want to, but that really does draw a parallel with Battlefield 3 in particular, and its level of customization that it's got. It's got micro destruction. From the trailers that have been shown, I'd say the destruction is better better than Battlefield ever had. Battlefield's destruction was absolutely abysmal, really, and it still is in all but the DLC maps. There's going to be a sliding and prone ability type thing, but no sticky hover system. That's what is on multiplayer first. But the multiplayer, this is interesting, is going to have a fire team mechanic. So players, I think, work together as a small team. That's either a pair or a 3 or maybe even 4-man squads. I'm going to guess pair. That's the indication I get. And you can actually spawn on your fire team buddy, so to speak. And it's got a green icon and everything. You can give each other ammo. It really is quite strange. It really does draw a lot of parallels with Battlefield, and also the original components of the original Medal of Honor, like score chains and so on, are returning. And yeah, there's going to be sector control and combat mission coming back. These are the screenshots I was talking about earlier. And the maximum player count is 10 versus 10, so 20-player matches. Not bad. Much bigger than the last Medal of Honor. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Until next time, guys. Take care. Goodbye.